Timi was able to breathe in water with the help of the bead. The mermaid took Timi to her home under the water. Ebiere panicked and rushed down to save her sister. But immediately she got into the water, she transformed back into a mermaid, and the mermaid princess came out and took her away while she screamed and asked her twin sister to save her till they went deep. Welcome to Iyagba's Epic Tales. The title of today's story is Ebitari and her twin sister who turned into a mermaid. Once upon a time, in a village in the heart of the southern parts of Nigeria, lived a very fine young man named Timi. Timi was a fisherman and was a wealthy one. He caught fishes in large amounts and sell them in the village's main markets, which is the largest market amongst the other neighboring villages. Usually, Timi goes fishing in the evening at after sunset so he can prepare his catch for sale in the early hours of the next day. But lately, he wasn't catching much fish as before. Maybe the fishes now know my smell and moves and have decided to go into hiding every evening, Timi reasoned. So, he decided to change his routine and start going to fish in the early hours of dawn. But he was only able to get few amounts of fish also on the first day. The next day, after spending some time in the river and got only few fish, Timi decided to go further. Maybe I would get a good catch if I go further, he said. And so, he rowed his boat away from the usual area he fished and went further. Timi was happy with his decision, for he caught so many fish at the new area that his net was almost going to break. He decided that it was enough for that day and was about to turn his boat to the direction back home when he caught sight of a huge fish fin. Timi paused. I would be made for life if I am able to catch such a huge fish and take it home, he said as he brought out his other spare fishing nets. He waited to see if the huge fish would come out again. And again, to Timi's excitement, the huge fish swam out again. Timi was about to throw his nets over the fish when the fish turned around and revealed its upper body. The upper body was that of a beautiful young woman. Timi was mesmerized. He had never beheld such beauty as the one he was seeing now, all his entire life. He had heard stories of mermaids, but hadn't believed that they existed. He was lost for words as he stood in his boat in awe of her beauty. The young woman smiled at him and asked him if he wanted to go with her. Timi eventually found his words. I can't come with you even if I want to, because I can't breathe in water, Timi replied. Go back home. Think about it carefully and make a decision. If you choose to come with me, then I will make it possible for you to breathe underwater," the mermaid said and swam away. When Timi got home, he could not concentrate on his business. He kept thinking about the mermaid and her beauty. After thinking for the whole day, Timi made his decision. She is the most beautiful woman on earth, and I do not mind living in water all my life just to be with her, he said to himself. And so, the next morning, early at dawn, Timi headed to the river and straight to the area where he had met the mermaid. He was there barely for 5 minutes when the mermaid came. Timi told her that he has decided to go with her. She brought out a bead and told Timi to put it around his neck. Timi did as he was told, and then she asked him to enter the water. Timi was able to breathe in water with the help of the bead. The mermaid took Timi to her home under the water. Under the water, Timi learnt that the mermaid was a princess and a daughter to the mermaid queen. There were also other mermaids who were servants to the queen and her daughter. Timi was mesmerized by all he saw. However, Timi started regretting his decision. The beautiful and calm princess who had smiled warmly and spoken to him softly on their first meeting was something else under the water. She had a bad temper and screamed at everyone except Timi and her mother. The princess and her mother were harsh to every other mermaid, and as a punishment, they send whoever gets them angry to a bottomless pit, no matter how little or insignificant the issue was. Timi got to find out from a gossip that they had sent every mama into the bottomless pit, and that was why there were no more mermen with them, and that was why the princess had gone over shore to find a handsome human man for herself. Timi was scared. What if the princess gets angry with him someday and throw him into the bottomless pit also? So one day, whilst the queen and the princess took a nap, Timi swam back ashore and took off the bead the mermaid princess had given to him. He threw it into the river and returned to his home. Timi decided to stop fishing as he would not want to ever go back to the river. He went into crop farming and he also succeeded at it. 2 years later, Timi got married to a young beautiful woman from his village named Tonye. And a year later, Timi and Tonye gave birth to 2 beautiful twin girls. They named their twin daughters Ebitare and Ebiere. Years later, the twin girls grew and became teenagers. However, while Ebitare was calm and well behaved, Ebiere was the opposite. Ebiere was always causing trouble and always involved in one crime or the other. She would steal crops from people's farm or goats and hen from people's compound, and sometimes goods from people's store in the markets, causing her parents shame and making them to pay debts and heavy fines. She was also always involved in the fights every day. She also fought her twin sister Ebitare every time, which made Ebitare always suffer from injuries inflicted on her by her twin sister. Everyone in the village disliked Ebire but loved Ebitare. They wondered how two girls who had shared a womb together could be so much different in every aspect. Well, the truth was that Ebire was no ordinary girl and was sent to plague Timi's family. Years back, after Timi had left the underwater and threw away the bead, the mermaid princess got very angry at Timi and vowed to deal with him. The mermaid princess, using her mystical power, sent one of her maids and caused the maid to be born into Timi's family, with the intention to destroy the family in the end. Ebire was that maid, and she entered Tonye's womb at the same time a new baby started developing, making it possible for her and Ebitare to be born as twins. However, despite all that Ebire does, Timi and Tonye still loved her because they saw her as their daughter. Her twin sister also kept loving her. This made Ebire feel bad. She wondered how people could still love someone who caused them so much pain. It wasn't like that from the kingdom she had come from. In her kingdom, there was nothing like love and forgiveness. And so, she fell in love with the human world. She decided to defile her queen and princess and stopped causing trouble for Timi and his family. She also chose to remain in the human world and stopped going to report to the princess and stayed away from the river. This made the mermaid princess more furious as she felt betrayed. One day, the twin girls went to fetch water. Ebitare went down through the hill to get the water, while Ebire remained at the top and watched her sister as she had always done. Unfortunately, Ebitare missed a step and fell into the water. Ebire panicked and rushed down to save her sister. But immediately she got into the water, she transformed back into a mermaid, and the mermaid princess came out and took her away while she screamed and asked her twin sister to save her till they went deep. Ebitare ran home to inform her parents about what had happened. Timi got the idea of why it had happened, but they have grown to love and accept Ebire as their own blood, and so they sought for ways to help her. The family consulted a priest. The priest told them that it is possible for Ebire to be saved if they can embark on the journey to the world of life's exchange and get a leaf from the tree of life's exchange. The priest suggests that since Ebitare had been born together with a bere, she would be able to get the leaf without much odors. And through a magical door, Ebitari was sent to the world of life's exchange. She returned with the leaf at about 12 hours later. The priest instructed Ebitari to throw the leaf into the water at the spot where Ebere had transformed into a mermaid. And as she did, Ebere emerged from the water with arms and legs and was no longer a mermaid. She thanked Ebitari and her parents for saving her and helping her to know what love is and how the power of love can change a person and turn things around. The lesson to be learned from this story is that Timi's decision to follow the mermaid princess had consequences, both positive and negative. While initially captivated by the mermaid's beauty, Timi soon realized the harsh reality of life underwater. This underscores the importance of carefully considering the consequences of our choices. It serves as a reminder that impulsive decisions or choices made without thorough reflection can lead to unexpected and sometimes challenging outcomes. Secondly, we can see that love and forgiveness have the ability to bring about positive changes in individuals, even in the face of difficult circumstances. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Did you learn anything from this story? I would like to know. Please share in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye.